Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for our mamas. On today's episode, I am going to make my prediction for the 2023 World Figure Skating Championship, which is happening in Saitama, Japan. Just like the junior world, I am super excited about senior world. Why? Because everything is up for grab, both in the men and in the women. Literally, there are so many possibilities about how things can go. And as you guys know, the surprise, the element of not knowing, is that aspect, along with good skating, that I love the most about figure skating. So here is how I think things will play out in the four disciplines, starting with pairs. Honestly, for me, pairs will be a close call between Alexa Tunerum, Brendan Fraser, as well as Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihira. Now, I'm going to give the gold to Alexa and Brendan. I'm giving them a 55% chance of winning over Ryuki and Ryuichi, who I gave 45% to. Normally, I would put Ryuki and Ryuichi ahead because this is an at-home world, and I think they probably will win because it's at home, because they're fan favorites, because they're so likable. I can really see the judges just pushing them ahead of Alexa and Brendan and giving them that, world medal at home. However, if we are being realistic, if we are being fair in terms of the throws, in terms of the twist, in terms of the side by side, Alexa and Brendan are the stronger pair. They have the stronger element. They don't have the presentation, but if you look at them in terms of speed, in terms of power, in terms of the amount of space that they take on the ice, they are the better pair. And if both teams come and they deliver, then I really think Alexa and Brendan should be the one to work away with that goal, and that Riki and Ryuichi should get the silver medal. Now, for me, where the real battle will take place will be in that bronze medal position. Personally, and I will admit this is a personal decision, I want to see Diana Stellata de Duke and Maxime Deschamps work away with the bronze medal. So I'm giving them a 35% chance. Yes, I know that Diana and Maxime were defeated at Four Continent, but Diana has been competing all season ill. I'm hoping that they had enough time to rest, to regroup, and they are going to come back at their best for the end of the season. And also because you guys know how much I love that diva queen that is Diana, I would love for them to get this bronze medal at World. So I'm giving them a 35% chance for the bronze. Now, Emily Chen and Spencer Howey. I have said many times over and over again, this is a team that the judges and the audience will get behind. They are beautiful together. Their lines, but their inconsistency drowns out all of their positivity. I've yet to see them land that side by side. Sometimes the throw is a miss, sometimes the throw is a hit. You never know what you're going to get with them. But if they could get it together, they for me would be the only team that could take that bronze realistically away from Diana and Maxine. Another team that I just love, that I see they are on the up and up and might have a tiny outside chance of a podium finish here, that's Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud. I cannot even believe this team just got together. All of their element, except for the double, the throw double that they have, every other element in their program is world competition ready. I cannot wait to see how this team grow. And if the other teams that are ahead of them mess up and they're able to continue their momentum, I can easily see them sneaking into that podium. Other teams that may have tiny, small outside chances probably be the Italians, Sarah Conti and Niccolo Marci. They have been probably one of the most consistent pairs all season long. not an offensive pair, nothing bad to write home about, nothing great to write home about. Then we have Anika Hocker and Robert Canal, another team that I love. They are very inconsistent, but she is just fabulous in the lifts. There is just so much pizzazz about this pair that if they could deliver, I can see the audience just getting up out of their seat. And then the rest of the pairs, who might make up the top 6 to 10, we have the French married couple pair of Camille Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev. They might be in the top six. We have the young pair of Anastasia Gablubeva. Oh, I'm going to get that name right one day. And more. They did not have a great, and Hector Moore, they did not have a great outing in junior where they were expected to win. I feel like they're going to see this as a chance for them to redeem themselves, and I could definitely see them coming out here all gun blazing and fighting to try to get to the top six. We also have the Georgian pair who's been out all season due to injury, and I really hope she's completely healed and they're not making this team compete while injured. But we have Karina Safina and Luka Berilova. They're another team that have really, really good element. If they're both, injury free and they do, their triple side by side, they do their triple twist, they can also be in the running. And then we have like the third Canadian pair, Brooke McIntosh and Benjamin Menard. Again, a very sound pair. Nothing exciting. They're very similar to Sarah and Nicolo. There's nothing exciting about them, but there's nothing offensive about them. If other teams falter, who knows where they might end up. And then lastly, we do have Emily Kwan and Danny O'Shea. This is a brand new pair, but there is something that match about this pair. Their lines are very beautiful. Their lifts, the in between, everything else, the jump, the throw, hot mess. But those in between elements that really get the fans excited and also the judges excited, they have those in spade. I'm just, oh my God, I'm so looking forward. And I hope, the pairs really decide to go all out. This is the season to really try to build their technical difficulty so that by the time, let's say, the Russians do come back, they'll be at a competitive level where they don't have to be completely out of the question. They don't have to be out of, competitive mode. Like it's not like the podium will become all suddenly impossible for them. So if they could build now, I can definitely see things progressing for all of these teams in the next, Olympic cycle. As for the men's, we are either going to see one of the best male men competition at a world that we have ever seen, or we're going to get a repeat of the 2023 junior men pair where the nerves will get to everybody and it will be a hot mess. But in that case, we might find ourselves with some surprise podium finishers the same way we had at the junior men. Now, based on what's happened all season, this is how I think the men should play out. Even though it hurts my soul, even though it hurts my spirit, I'm going to say the chance for the gold medal is 60% Shoma Uno and 40% Ilya Malinin. The reason why I'm saying this is pure and simply because the tech power that Ilya has is going to be matched by his PCS, which he doesn't have. I feel like the judges are going to give him skating skill, performance. All of these scores are going to be given to him to match his technical scores, even though he doesn't have good skating skill, even though he doesn't have the performance level, even though he doesn't have musicality, even though he lacks all of the requirement for the PCS, because he has such a high technical difficulty program, they're going to give it to him. And because of that, if Shoma does not come at 100%, if he is not performing with everything he has, the judges will easily give that gold medal to Ilya. Now, having said that, if Shomo comes with the complete package that he has, with the skating skills, with the edge, with the in between, with the arm, with the back, with the knee bend, with the ice coverage, with the glide, if he comes with everything and he also manages to deliver his quads, there is no way, especially not at home, not in Japan, should Ilya be able to beat him. But all of that hinge on him coming correct. If he falls one time will be all it takes for him to lose that gold medal. But for right now, I would say his chance of the gold medal is 60% if he comes clean. Ilya is at 40%, but that 40%, he has to come clean and Shomo has to make a mistake. Now, I feel like the gold and the silver is between Shoma and Ilya unless one of them completely implode. The real battle will definitely be in the bronze medal. And I feel like that's going to be across so many disciplines where the bronze medal really is where the battle happened. Right off the bat, for me, there are two skaters for me that are even in their chances to win the bronze medal. First, we have Sota Yamamoto, a really nice skater. Again, he's got nothing offensive about him, nothing great about him. He's got nice quad. They're not the most difficult quads, but they're the cleanest quad. He does the quad so that he gets the maximum GOE. And sometimes that's the way you have to play it. Do the less difficult technical program, but do it so cleanly that your GOE makes up the difference. And Sota does that in spade. If he can come and he could do a quad toe, and then a quad toe, triple toe in that short program, he could be on that podium. Also at 25% on my podium is Jason Brown. This is where the PCS, this is where you separate your jumpers from your skater. If Jason Brown comes and he just do triple triple, but he delivers the program that only him, the one and only Jason Brown can do, and we know that the Japanese audience are educated. They are true lovers of skating. If Jason Brown gives them that performance with the spins, with the footwork, with the emoting, with the performance, the audience will get up on their feet for Jason's short and long program. And the PC part of it, the performance part of it, the skating part of it will push Jason on that podium over skaters who have quads that are not clean and who don't have anything else to show for it. So for me, the biggest two potential bronze medalists for me are Sota and Jason. But then there are so many other skaters that could be in there. You have Adam Sion Hen Fa. Again, a very interesting, very innovative skater. You could tell Adam is fully invested into the story that he is telling. You could tell this is a skater that pays attention to every move, to every detail. And then you add on to that the fact that Adam has the quads. If he can deliver the quads with all of that intensity, with all of that detail oriented skating, he could squeeze on onto that podium. And then, of course, you have my baby, Junwon Cha. I want Junwon on that podium so badly, but inconsistent this season. I don't know where he's gonna be. You know, we saw him at Four Continent, and that wasn't a great outing from him. He failed to make the Grand Prix final. He has not had the best season. Can he put it all together at Worlds? Because he has two of the best programs for me this season. Is he gonna finally deliver them to the best of his ability at Worlds? Because if he can, the judges, the audience, us fans, we will put him on that podium. But he has to deliver. And then you have other skaters like Matteo Rizzo. Italy is trying to build that team medal, and men is going to be a major factor of that. Can Matteo be the men champion that Italy need? Can he deliver? And then you have Kevin Amos. You guys know how much I love Kevin Amos. The passion, the drama, the drive, the inconsistency. Is Kevin finally going to again be one of those skaters that's like, this is the end of the season. Here is 100% of what I have. Because if he can do that again, he can make a move. He could possibly have a small chance at podium. You also have skaters like Denis Vasiliev. Beautiful skater, well packaged and consistent. Then you have Kazuki Tomoto, a light skater, a fun skater, an entertaining skater, and consistent. And then we also have skaters like Lucas Bushidi, who came out of nowhere at European to grab that medal. Is he going to continue riding that momentum? Can Lucas do it again? Can he be the dark horse of the night? And then you also cannot forget these jump powerhouses like Daniel Grasso. Daniel has now had quite some time to work with Ekaterina and that group, at her camp. Are they able to get him to where he needs to be? Or was that just we don't know what? What kind of Daniel Grasso are we going to see from his collaboration with Team Tuberetsi? We don't know. Then you have Boyan Jin. We saw him at Four Continent, nice short program, didn't have the stamina for the long program. Is he going to have that stamina by the time we get to World, or is it going to be still that process of rebuilding? There is just so much potential for this to be such a great men's competition, or for it to be a complete meltdown implosion. But you guys know whichever way it goes, I will be here for the drama in the skating. Move on to ice dance, the most beautiful discipline for me amongst all the four disciplines. And I love ice dance. There is something, it's like ballet on ice when it's done right. And we are going to see a competitive ice dance competition here. When the season first started, without a doubt, Piper and Paul were in the lead. This was going to be their Lifetime Achievement Award. This was going to be their Oscar for everything that they have done and given to figure skating, for all the years that they were inventive and creative and the judges ignored them. This was going to be their a reward for all of that. And they were making their way towards that world championship title. Unfortunately, Piper got sick and they got derailed. At the same time, Chalk and Bate and Madison Chalk and Evan Bates have started at the opposite, trajectory. They were expected to dominate this season, but neither their long nor their short, neither their rhythm dance nor their free dance was really giving the audience or the judges what we wanted, what we needed, what was on brand for them. That uniqueness, that tailored program that is completely theirs that no one else could do. These two programs that were giving us were just not it. And so we all thought, forget about the gold medal. It would be difficult for them to hold on to the silver. They might even end up with the bronze medal. However, they went back to the drawing board. They added things, take things out. They reworked the program. And slowly but surely, they have been building and building and building. And as the momentum for Piper and Paul diminished, the momentum for Chalk and Bate has been raising. If Chalk and Bate can have a repeat performance that they had at Four Continent, that world championship title is theirs. Again, I'm saying this without knowing what Piper and Paul has in store for us. What have they been working on? Have they had enough time to train? Can they really bring their program to a point where they can match Chalk and Bait, or is this a done deal? In my opinion, 60% I'm giving the gold medal to Chalk and Bait. But because this is figure skating, The blades are thin, the ice is slippery. Anything that could happen will happen. I'm still leaving a 40% chance for Piper and Paul to win that gold medal. Again, just like every other discipline, the battle for me is going to be for the bronze. Now, when this season started, I would have said for sure, 100%, the Italians, Charlene Guinard and Michael Fabri, were a shoe-in for the bronze medal. Technically, they are so proficient. They are just a very strong team to watch, edge wise, speed wise, everything else, ice presence, performance, that it factor, not really there. On the same hand, I would have had Lawrence Fournier Boudry and Nikolai Sarstein firmly in fourth place. But they are so beautifully packaged this season. They just, for me, the best package ice dance team this entire season. And they also have two of my favorite programs this season and two of the audience and the judges' favorite program. When you put the passion, the drama of Lawrence and Nikolai next to the proficiency and the technical correctness of Marco Fabri, I think what it's really going to come down to is the pull of the coaches. It's really gonna be, can Marie-France Dubry outmaneuver the Italian coaches? I really think that's what it's going to come down to. I honestly think it's going to be who has more judges on the panel, who can get the job done when it needs to be done. Can Marie-France Debris manage to outpolitic Barbara Fusapoli? I honestly feel like that is what's going to decide this bronze medal win, because what one team has, the other lack. Lawrence and Nikolai, especially Nikolai, are not as technically proficient as Charlene and Marco. But at the same point, Charlene and Marco just don't have the charisma, the passion, the packaging that Lawrence and Nikolai have. So for me, I'm just 30%. I'm gonna go with Lawrence and Nikolai. 25% will go to Charlene and Gennard. Then you never know. Again, you never know. If either of these teams fail to deliver, you also have Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson. This team is being pushed to the max. This team is a fan favorite. They're a judge favorite. The political pull is there. Everyone wants to push this team up. And if one of those two teams fail to deliver on the night, you might have Lila and Lewis just sneak in there. Another team that's not completely out of the conversation would be Julia Tequila and Mateus Velus. Beautifully paired team, nice line, elegant picture on the ice. Again, if one of the top teams fail to deliver, they could be in there. But those are the only teams I think realistically have a chance at the podium. I feel like everyone else will be battling for a top 10 finish. For me, Allison Reed and Salus Umbervius definitely should make the top 10. Another team that I enjoy so much this season. The judges are not really rewarding them the way I feel they should be. This team is technically strong. They're well balanced. They're performative. They're open. They connect with the audience while delivering all the elements they need to. I feel like this may not be their season, but I definitely see them making an upward movement next season. Then we have the young American teams, Caroline Green and Michael Parson, as well as Christina Carrera and Anthony Panamenko. I see these two teams making it to the top 10, one, because they're a US team, two, because they have very powerful coaching staff before them, behind them. I think this is like the first outing for Caroline Green and Michael Poston under their new coaching staff of Charlie. And I do not see Charlie White and his wife not going 100% to make sure this team is in the top 10 so that they can grow next season. And the same thing with Christina and Anthony. I do not see, Scott not giving 100%. Like Scott Moyer is gonna try to push this team as much as he can because this is his chance to establish himself as a coach. Another powerhouse. And okay, guys, I will admit this is me personally wishing this. This is me wanting Marina to do everything in his power. Marina, do you hear me? Do everything in your power, Marina Zueva, to push the one and only Kana Muramoto and Daisuke Takashi into the top 10. You can do this, Ms. Doreva. You know where all the bodies are buried. You know all of the politics. You have enough judges. We are in Japan. If you cannot get the job done in Japan, Ms. Dueva, where can you get it done? This is your chance to get Kana Maramoto and Daisuke Takahashi in the top 10 and get 2 spots for Japan. Although I don't really think they need 2 spots, but that's neither here nor there. You can do it, Ms. Zoeva. Of course, Daisuke's knees are going to have to help. I mean, we need to go back to the open shirt, show the judges the chest. Daisuke, you're going to have to show us some more chest. And then, Ms. Nueva, you're going to have to do what you need to do behind the scene to get Kana and Daisuke into that top 10. I really hope this happens. I'm really looking forward to this. And I feel like the rest of the potential top 10, probably another one of the Montreal team, Evgenia Loparova and Jeffrey Bassard, I could see them in the top 10 because France definitely need to keep 2 spots just in case. You never know. Just in case a certain retired Olympic gold medalist decide they want to come back, France need to have 2 spots. And then we also have the brother and sister team, Natalie Teleshlova and Philippe Teschler. So much speed, so much depth, so much ice coverage. Not a big fan of their spoken word free dance, but this team has all of the qualities that it takes for them to be a top 10 team. So I would also love to see them in the top 10. All in all, I'm expecting ice dance to be. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna have a repeat of what we had in Four Continent and have falls. I hope not. I want to see clean ice dancing, beautiful ice dancing, everyone fighting for a spot. Just joyous ice dancing is what I would like to see. Last but never least, the marquee event, the drama for our mamas, the women. Now, I think the battle for the women, now that we have relieved ourselves of the 10-point bonus and we have leveled the playing field, is going to mirror the junior women competition, and that we're gonna have like less of a point different between some skaters. Between 6th and 10th, it might be less than 5 points. Between 6 and 1, it might be less than 10 points. We are going to have a fierce competition where truly it could be anybody's game. The kind of skating that I love, that heart beating, nail biting, crossing your fingers for your favorite because they have a true chance of winning. Everybody has a true chance of winning because the judges haven't pre-filled their spots yet, because they literally have to watch the skating going on in the ice at the minute when the skating is happening, and they have to vote based on what is happening on the ice. This is what I love about figure skating. That's not to say there won't be some shenanigans. but for the most part, I expect fair, clean skating. To that end, 80% for me. 80% for me, Kari Sakamoto should walk away with the gold medal here. Sakamoto is one of those slow and steady skaters who just builds. And she's always been like that. She's never been the skater who comes out all guns blazing and just gets stronger as the season. She's always been a skater that like goes up and down, struggles, and then finds her stride at the end of the season. And she has been building slowly but surely. She has two beautiful programs this season. The short program, the Janet Jackson, as well as the long program, Elastic Heart. These are two programs that are completely out of her wheelhouse. At the beginning of the season, it was obvious to see that these programs were skating Kaori. But as the season progressed, she settled into these programs. She's grown with these programs. These programs are making her stretch herself as a skater, and you combine the stretching of the PCS, the artistry, the edge, the position, and you combine that with the jump power, the ice coverage, the speed, the knee bend, the edge control, the depth that Kaori already has. And if she can get these two programs correctly, we are bound to see something beautiful. So for me, 80% that gold medal will go to Kaori. If Kaori were to fail to deliver, I am giving a 20% chance to the one and only, always a bridesmaid, never a bride, Mai Miyahara. If ever there was a season that belonged to Mai, this is the season. The judges are behind her. We, the fans, are behind her. She has been the little engine that could. From injury to illness, she has kept going. She kept her head down and she has worked diligently. And I feel like because we like the comeback underdog story so much that we would love to see all of her hard work and effort rewarded with a gold medal here. And both of these young women are competing at home, on home ice in Japan. The pressure they will be under will be like nothing we could imagine. So we never know what the outcome will be. But for me, the gold medal will either go to Kaori or Mai if they can deliver the way that they have been delivering all season. And again, like in every discipline, the real battle, the knuckle bearing, dragging is going to be in the bronze medal. I'm going to say this. In juniors, we had an all Asian women podium. No way is the ISU going to let that happen in seniors. I'm just going to put it out there because we need to be realistic. There is no way that they're going to let that happen in senior. One of these women is going to have to be from a non-Asian country. The biggest, I'm going to tie them actually. The two biggest potential bronze medalists, if they could deliver clean, will be, for me, 25% Luna Hendrick, 25% Isabella Vito. If I had to give a slight edge, I would give the slight edge to Isabella Vito simply because the US is such a powerful federation and they have literally put 110% into trying to make Isabella Vito the next US ladies figure face, that they're gonna put everything they have to get her on that podium at world, because what they want to do is they want to make her world champion and try to see if they could make her an Olympic champion, and this is where they start building the foundation for that. So I definitely see if she comes and she skates clean, Isabella Vito will be on that podium. Now, if she comes and she skates clean and Isabel is not so clean, I think Luna Hendricks also has a good chance of being on the podium. When the season first started, we all thought that Luna Hendricks was going to be competing with Kaori Sakamoto for the gold medal. But at this point, Kaori Sakamoto is just so far ahead of Luna Hendricks. And even Mai Miyahara has proven to be so consistent and also ahead of Luna Hendricks that now Luna is fighting Isabel Levito for that bronze medal. If Luna can be clean and get everything done, I definitely see her walking away with that bronze medal. Now, we never know what's going to happen in figure skating. Just because the Federation and the ISU want something to happen, the skaters have to deliver. You can only pull so much string before the audience starts booing and start asking, what the hell? If these ladies do not deliver, if Luna and Isabel do not deliver, I can easily see Hyenley. If she comes and she delivers the kind of performance that she did at Four Continent, of course, I'm expecting the technical caller to bang her the same way they did at Four Continent, to bury her the same way they did at Four Continent. But if she could get those jumps around fully rotated, and she doesn't get bang, and then she comes back in the long program, she delivers like she delivered at the Four Continent, she also has a chance at that possible bronze medal. Then you have Yelin Kim with probably the most beautiful textbook jumps of this competition, but inconsistent mentally. She has never been able to perform two clean programs this entire season. She's not been able to deliver under the pressure. Could this be the moment where she steps up and says, I am here? She also has a small chance. The rest of the ladies, not so much. But just because you never know what happens on the ice, you do have skaters like Cheon Kim, a very young skater. This is her first season. She doesn't have the same amount of pressure as the other senior skaters. She's just there for the experience. Sometimes those are the skaters, like we saw in junior men, because they have nothing to lose, they end up winning everything. Then you have Anastasia Gabanova. She just had her moment at European where she actually beat Luna Hendricks. What kind of confidence did that instill in her? Is she gonna come here and be like, no, this is my title to lose? Then you have Ekaterina Karakova, a fan favorite, a judge favorite. Will she have that moment? Will we finally see a triple triple in the short program, or is she going to continue with that triple double? Because if she manages a triple triple in the short program, she could be in that conversation. Then you have Kimi Ripan, another skater that has done well, not only at European, but she came to Junior World and she delivered two clean programs with a few calls. If she managed to clean those jumps, she lands everything. Can she be a dark horse? You have Rinka Watanabe, all of the tech power you could ask for in a skater. Triple axel, triple triples, inconsistent, yet to perform two clean programs all season. Is she going to continue with the inconsistency? Or will this be the moment where she is like, yes, I'm going to deliver? And then you have the other US ladies like Amber Glenn, Brady Tennell. I'm not really expecting anything more than what we've seen. I love Amber. She's a big, powerful skater, and I would love to see her finally deliver. But unfortunately, mentally, she has yet to do that all season. And the pressure that you're gonna feel at Worlds is even more than you felt all season. So I don't see how she would be able to like deliver something beyond what we imagine. And then Ember Glenn, I mean Brady Tennell. I feel like with Brady, it depends on who the tech caller is. Are we gonna have the smoke break tech caller, or are we gonna have the espresso tech caller? If we have the tech caller who decides to take a smoke break when Brady is skating and doesn't call any of her jumps, Brady might surprise us all. But if we get the espresso text caller who sees everything and calls everything like Shimada, Brady might be in trouble. And then lastly is poor Madeline Trezard, who might be under extreme pressure after what Kaya did at Junior Worlds. Is she finally going to get it together at this world championship, or is she going to continue her downward spiral? There is so much to unpack. There is so much potential for greatness and so much potential for a complete implosion at Worlds, especially for the women's discipline. Again, I'm so excited to be watching figure skating after so many years of just phoning it in to now be 100% invested. Why? Because anyone could take the title, because it is anyone's game. Whoever shows up will walk away with a medal. And that is the kind of figure skating that I love. But you guys, let me know, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Who do you see winning in each discipline? What percentage do you give them? Let me know in the comments.